And debating on Newshour, debate 1 tonight is Nalin Kohli, R Venkatesh and Mahesh Jethmalani on one side. 3 versus 4 is my format this evening. And Pavan Verma, Gaurav Bhatia, Yatin Oza of the UP. And we also have with us Suneet Chopra of the CPIM. He's from the Joint Secretary of the All India Agricultural Workers Union. So it's 3 versus 4. 4 critical of the government, 3 supporting the government. And my first question is to Yatin Oza. Yatin Oza, I have never said that I expect politicians to be homogeneously responsible. But I cannot for the life of me think of a greater irresponsibility than the words uttered by your Supreme Leader Arvind Kejriwal. A man who entered politics saying, I vow to fight black money, and a man who in response to a government carrying out the most colossal drive against black money warns of a law and order situation on the streets if the government does not roll things back. What do you want? And what are you threatening? Please be clear with it. How can you say there will be a law and order situation? I'm sorry, but you need to explain what your intentions are tonight. Yatin Oza, please. You have a right to criticize, but you cannot warn of a law and order situation. I'm sorry. This cannot be allowed.
Provided you give me.
Yeah.
Yes,
did Kejriwal say that or not?
I will, provided you give me 2 minutes uninterrupted time. No, I am prepared to explain, provided you give me.
Yes, you better explain, sir. You better explain.
First of all, I do that. First of all, nobody under the sun in this country would be against such a policy or a decision or an ordinance or a circular, provided its implementation is honest. Honesty is the first principle on which any policy should be framed. Not that you have worked hours before to save and inform your own near and dear ones well in advance and make poor public stand in a queue for not 5 hours but 10 hours.
One sec. MR is countering. MR, the debate is on. MR Venkatesh comes in on the left. MR comes in on the left. 1 second. MR.
Apart from gold which has been sold on 8th evening after 9 o'clock, there should be an inquiry on gold sold on 7th and 8th before announcement of this policy. And you are going to get a shocking figure
on one hand
that gold sold.
All right, MR, 1 sec, pull back. Nalin Kohli back on the left.
Announcement by Honorable the Prime Minister has gone. 1 minute, you are not permitting me to speak. Let us wait. We will see how many of the top 500 industries, their MDs, their chairman, their director makes the disclosure. Today in Ahmedabad we find noted few where notes are being exchanged and no police, no income tax is going to touch them. It's open, known to everybody that go with 1 crore and take back 63 lakhs, and they are the people who are so close to power.
May I have a word?
Nalin Kohli is countering you. The debate is open, and I'd like to register. Once again, Yatin Oza, I began with you, but listen, Yatin Oza, I began with you, but it's a debate, for God's sake. Yatin Oza, it is a debate. It is not a speech. Thank you very much. Yatin Oza, understand this. I place on record tonight. I place on record tonight visibly to the audience that my question tonight was something else. And Nalin, wait. What I wait? No, one second. Now listen, gentlemen. I have a bad throat. And I said this on Thursday. And I must say tonight that to inflict so much cruelty on me, despite my public utterances about my throat, is not fair. So Yatin Oza, calm down when I request you. Small point. Pavan Verma is smiling. Pavan Verma, you're being indulgent tonight, but it's true. I'm not making up.
Please, I wish to come
I'm not making up. Now my question goes unanswered.
Arnab, second time in a row you were saying your throat is not fine. What's wrong?
I do want to say something.
You have made me exert it so much, Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, over the years. that you must neither be a sadist nor a masochist by asking me
my
that
line,
question.
Arnab. I think the panelists should be complaining, saying
Okay. Go back to the subject. I'm not the issue. Question was an opportunity for a rebut. An opportunity for a rebut to Nalin Kohli, Pavan Verma, everyone else can come in after that. Yes, please. Nalin Kohli is responding. Nalin Kohli.
Yes. First, I think today on Kartik Purnima and on Guru Purab, may we just extend our greetings to everybody. And I'm sure we'll get into a healthy debate after that. So I think the important thing to make out here is, why are we expecting any standards from this party, the so-called Aam Aadmi party? I mean, their leader has even taken the oath of his own children. Somebody else would have shot himself by going back on a false oath of their own kids. Their own standards are duplicitous. They only make double standards. They'll say, आप mobile phone लीजिए और मैं आपसे कह रहा हूँ कि record करिए, and then you have all these wild allegations, and then they say we are the icon of honesty. There is a scheme being implemented which requires it to be done with an element of surprise.
Arnab,
By
I have
saying
come
about
here.
the surprise,
Arnab,
are they not wanting the black holders and all the people who are here in corruption?
Senior advocate.
Did I interrupt?
Okay, you're a senior advocate.
That's another sign of them.
No, 1 minute.
This is rudeness.
1 minute.
This is not even politeness.
I am giving my own
this
views.
Is not even decency
I was
in a
told
debate.
that you are invited.
I have heard
you are invited as an advocate.
Okay, point is
taken. You can't have the patience to listen. Mr. Goswami, let this gentleman finish if he wants to, but I don't like to be a rude person.
All right.
I mean, he's entitled to be. I don't wish to be.
Can I say something?
I don't wish to be a rude person like
No, 1 second. Pull back. 1 second. Okay, Mr. Yatin Oza, I place it on record once again. What you are saying, that you are not coming, that though you are from the Aam Aadmi Party and a senior leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, you're making it absolutely clear tonight that your position as a senior leader of the Aam Aadmi Party is not the reason why you come. Though I personally believe there is no reason for you to detach yourself from your party, but that's your right. No problem. No, Pavan, no, we are not going away from the subject. Pavan Verma will respond to Nalin Kohli.
Law and order
I am not
situation.
detaching.
Okay, Pavan Verma and Nalin Kohli.
Views.
We're wasting time, sir. Let's go back to the subject.
About whether they want to be with the party or not want
Come
to be
to the subject, yeah, Nalin.
No, Arnab,
Come to
our
the
position
subject.
is very
Where
clear.
can we get onto the
In
subject
fact,
if this is the kind of comments that are going to come? 15 billion notes, 15 lakh notes are being in circulation, of which 14 lakh approximately, 13.5 lakh are going to move out of circulation. The bulk of it that is stored in sacks by all those who hoard money is obviously you have to have an element of surprise. If you give them a forewarning, they are coming with a scheme like this, will you not murder the scheme? People compare with the 1978 scheme, and Shankar Iyer has written an article on this, clearly, which points out 1 out of 100 notes was replaced in 1978. Today, 8 out of 10 notes are being replaced. There are people, as you've shown on your channel, who say, yes, we are being inconvenienced. When Prime Minister Modi speaks, the people there clap for him. They say, yes, we'll bear it. The mood of the nation is, let's finish it off. Is this going to be the only move? No. He has said more will follow. There is a whole pattern to it. Yet instead of supporting it, the ifs and the buts, all by a whole set of political parties, the question that needs to be asked, why? Why are they so keen that loopholes should be created in the scheme?
Okay, now listen, gentlemen. Nalin Kohli, thank you very much for that. I draw you back into the subject. No personal points.
May I comment?
No personal attacks. Rights to respond. Yes. Now Pavan Verma will respond. Pavan Verma, my question went unanswered. Why is the opposition hell-bent on creating panic? Here is a move that impacts the common man in terms of cleansing the system in the long term. And if you look at the sense of panic and hyperbole, you should, Pavan Verma, stand against the hyperbole. Let's not do this. Let's not go ahead and tell the people this is the biggest killer. The government has no moral right to continue. This is a dictatorship. People are very nervous. There is a sense of panic, and Arvind Kejriwal even says there will be a law and order situation. Where is the sense of responsibility? The question which went completely unanswered by the first speaker. Pavan Verma, address the sense of responsibility question, please. Squarely, your turn is yours. Mahesh Jethmalani after that. Yeah.
Thank you, Arnab. First of all, on top you've written questions government. I believe it's a wrong appellation. In fact, as you are aware, Mr. Nitish Kumar on the first day itself said that we support any move taken by the government in order to eradicate black money, sever its linkage with terrorism, and try and curtail the menace of counterfeit money. So our position on this is very clear from the very beginning. All that we have said is that in view of the pervasive inconvenience that is being caused on what appears to be a fairly prolonged basis, and the government could perhaps have taken better preparatory measures in order to avoid avoidable inconvenience. That's the point we have taken, and I'm sure the government itself is reviewing the strategy. That's why at 9 p.m. yesterday, the Prime Minister held a meeting.
So is convenience an argument?
All stakeholders were present to see how you can telescope that period of transition and minimize the level of inconvenience being faced by honest citizens, taxpayers, ordinary people who don't have black money, but also don't have money even to buy their next meal. That is the point. And by the way, Arnab, I want to tell you, this is not a matter of people not willing to sacrifice. This is a number of people on the streets, in the villages, in the smaller towns across the country who are genuinely facing a problem of survival. So
Okay.
I'm not saying that they will not have the patience and the forbearance, but I'm saying the government should have done more.
No. I guess, but before you respond to that, I want to completely, with your permission, have the opportunity, sir, right, to both break into, demolish and incinerate your inconvenience argument. So the point is that your ally, the Congress party,
your title is Sir, don't incinerate.
I won't incinerate. Okay, I will destroy your argument.
Don't incinerate.
I will politely destroy your argument. That's wrong. Okay, fine.
Shred his arguments.
Okay, I will shred your argument.
What are you destroying?
I will shred your arguments. So I have 3 points to shred your arguments. Sir. Point number 1: when the prices of onions, which are an integral part and a staple food in every part of India, including your state of Bihar, surged by 278% in the last quarter of 2013. Was that an inconvenience to the general public or not? Secondly, when the food inflation rate in the Congress regime doubled from 6.74% to 12.2% from their first tenure to their second, was that an inconvenience or not? Those people are thinking about an inconvenience. Fantastic. Now let me tell you this, sir. If you say it affects people, an inconvenience is not in the sense that you're understanding, but affecting people. Executive decisions affect people. For your kind information, sir, the salaries of panchayat teachers were withheld for more than 4 months following the liquor ban in Bihar on April 1st this year. The government had cleared the payments earlier. Was that an inconvenience or not? Are there people who were affected because of the liquor ban? Was it made a non-bailable offence on April 1st, 2016? And people said 4,500 crores will be lost. Did you budge an inch? You did not. People ask you, you're inconvenienced people, will you move? You said, I will not. The state government failed to spend on welfare schemes when it was forced to stop scholarships.
Your question has been long enough. Let me answer.
No, that's why I said I'll destroy your argument. You want me to do it?
Please allow me. Because, you know, as an anchor, you can't monopolize time.
I have never done that.
Asking a panelist, I've got the drift of your question. No, you've done it repeatedly, so don't say you haven't done that. Now, let me respond to you. On all of these issues, if there was inconvenience being caused to the public, it should have been telescoped and government should have taken steps to minimize it. I'm not saying that in one case you exonerate and in the other case you condone it or laud it.
Sir,
I'm making a general point. Why do you see everything in adversarial terms?
No, I don't.
On the liquor ban also, let me tell you that the balance of equity in support of the policy in terms of pure numbers is much higher than those who could be inconvenienced, and even then Mr. Nitish Kumar is inviting suggestions how to make the policy.
Sir, my question is misrepresentation.
Overall public interest.
Sorry.
So, but we are not discussing liquor. We are discussing the demonetization.
Yes, we are discussing demonetization. I only served that as an example.
Do you appreciate that? Do you or do you not appreciate that?
I appreciate that.
And we are saying
yes, I do.
Support the government in its move. But your point is, you want everything in brittle, black and white simplicity.
Sir,
you are not willing to accept even a suggestion.
No,
there's no work for Nalin Kohli to do with you sitting there.
No, Pavan Verma, thank you for your, all your praise.
Kohli to rebut
no, 1 sec. He will rebut you, but Mahesh Jethmalani goes first. Mahesh Jethmalani goes first because he has not spoken. Mahesh Jethmalani respond first. Nalin Kohli will come in MR after that, sir. Please, thank you. Yes, please.
There seems to be a whole...
Coming to you, Gaurav, after that, yeah.
There's an entire range of opposition. I mean, I had no idea that the eradication of black money would raise hackles of so many people on so many different grounds. I mean, these people have become champions of dishonesty. Now, of course, Pavan Verma is an exception. I had to say he's an exception. I said Pavan Verma is an exception on this. I said that he, being intellectually honest, at least his
pull back. You're pulling back.
His opposition is muted. What he says is, and I want to pose this question to him. What he says today is that it's an inconvenience. He's highlighting the inconvenience argument. But Pavan Verma, this is surely being niggardly. This is surely being politically petty. I mean, looking at the overall picture, you should put your hand on your heart and tell us, looking at the overall picture, isn't this demonetization scheme, the advantages of it, the far-reaching impact of it, does it not outweigh the little inconvenience that is being caused and which people are willing to bear and which ultimately they will realize in hindsight is of tremendous advantage and will pay them rich dividends?
Absolutely. And it's not about the inconvenience alone, it's also about the convenience.
Can the camera... Maheshji, let me answer the question he's asked to me.
You want to put your hand on your heart? All right, go on.
Maheshji, can you see my hand on my heart?
Yes.
Let me tell you with complete sincerity, Mr. Nitish Kumar supported the move by the government in the context that we need strong and decisive steps to take on the parallel economy and eliminate black money. But if in this context I say that while the government took this measure, which we have supported, it could have perhaps been better prepared for it, which the government also accepts.
Yes, it does.
That it needs to make changes.
Sure.
It needs to make changes.
Yeah.
It needs to see how we can reduce the period of transition.
Yeah.
It needs to see how we can reduce hardship, because it's a very pervasive level. Inconvenience is too mild a term. People are looking for money to find their next meal.
Now, one sec.
To run their
Pavan Verma, there are others also. Gaurav Bhatia has not come in, and I need to get R Venkatesh and others also in. Now, Pavan Verma, please, sir. I know you're a very well-spoken person, though you argue on points that I completely disagree with, but others must also begin to come in. Pavan Verma, I really want to argue this point out on convenience and inconvenience. And viewers, I want to just ask you one question tonight. Viewers, Gaurav, I'll come to you. I want 30 seconds on this program, please. 30 seconds won't hurt. 30 seconds, it's a Monday. Now the question is, I'm asking about the convenience. Politicians ask about inconvenience. I ask about convenience. And I ask today, as I invite into the debate, Gaurav Bhatia and R Venkatesh for this part of the debate, tell me, what can 6 lakh crores do for India? Already we are told 3 lakh crores have been come in, 50,000 crore rupees has gone out. Am I correct, Mahesh Jethmalani? Yes. Those are the figures that have come in, which means there's a surplus, there's a positive of 2.5 lakh crores into the system. Allow me just one point here. In the first 5 days, 3 lakh crores collected by the banks. Right? Now let us be modest and put a ballpark estimate of 6 lakh crores in terms of collections. And I want to tell you, viewers, the cost of cooking a midday meal as of 1st July 2016 is 4 rupees 13 paisa per day for a primary school. This means 1.4 lakh crores for children in terms of midday meals.
Can I come in now?
No, sorry, just two figures. The cost of polio vaccinations is 24 rupees per child. Sorry.
5 lakh crore is not the black money. Please understand.
Sir, the money comes into our system.
In the bank.
The money comes into our system, which means the money can be deployed.
Black money.
Sorry, the money comes into our system. Does the money come into our system, Gaurav Bhatia? Gaurav Bhatia, does the money come into our system? Does the money come into our system, Gaurav Bhatia, or not? No, you answer my question. Does the money come into our system?
Black money.
Can you use that money for public good? Can you use that money for public good? No, you tell me, can you use that money for public good?
I can't indulge in a shouting match. Allow me to make
Can that money be used for public good?
Answer, or you can rebut.
No, can the money be used for public good? Simple. Answer that question. That's all. Just answer it and then move on.
Even in the form of, I'm answering. Even in the form of cash, it is part of the economy. We only need to
so you want the cash economy.
From the legitimate
Wonderful
cash.
Viewers, please hear that. The black money is part of our economy. I know it is.
I answered your question now. Now, if it is your lack of understanding of economics, I can't help it. Arnab, allow me to make some.
You defended the cash economy. You're questioning my understanding of economics.
Yeah. Now, please. Arnab, I heard the Prime Minister say that this is the fight against corruption. I'll make it very quick. I have 3 questions. If it is fight against corruption, why, when you are demonetizing rupees 1,000 and rupees 500 notes, you are bringing in rupees 2,000 crores? How will it help fight corruption? Second, why have you just amended the anti-corruption bill that is coming to save the corrupt babus? And third, why no Lokpal in 2.5 years' time? If you really are serious about fighting corruption,
3 hands go up.
Effective measures.
3 hands go up. Who goes first?
Now allow me.
Mahesh Jethmalani goes first.
Now allow me.
Gaurav, one quick point to answer your first question. To answer your first question about 2 lakh, about why the 2,000 rupee note, I want to tell you that the recommendation to demonetize has come about a year ago when Raghu Rajan was the Reserve Bank governor. It is that time.
Mahesh ji,
1 minute. Gaurav, just listen. Gaurav is an important fact. I am giving you an important input.
Make a mistake.
I am giving you an important input. It is not the government, it is the Reserve Bank of India that has recommended demonetization and said, and they recommended that there should be an introduction of the 5,000 rupee note.
That's right.
And it is the government which has modified it and said 2,000 rupees. But the RBI under your hero, Raghu Rajan, has said it should be a 5,000 rupee note. That's the modification the government has.
R Venkatesh also countering you. Gaurav Bhatia, one more counter and then you can respond.
Little common sense to understand. Mahesh ji, larger the denomination of the currency, easier it is to stack that currency for black money. Is the point we are trying to make.
But the point is, if there's a build-up, if the 2,000 rupee note is misused, like the 500 and the 1,000 rupee note, there will be further demonetization. This is not a once and for all solution.
That's right. To fellow panelists, allow me to make
this is a deterrent, and I assure you that once this is done, nobody will use 2,000 rupees again.
Can I make my point?
Yes, you make your point.
This is, please, I request you.
Pavan Verma, don't nod your head.
Listen to what I have to say and then you counter it. And second point is, when we were on your program, Arnab, we welcomed the move. But now it is clear that there has been lack of preparation before implementing this huge policy. And that is why people are being inconvenienced. Why are private hospitals not being allowed to take rupees 500 and 1,000 rupee note? We are losing human lives. And I think the government has to be receptive and sensitive.
Okay, can you take a guarantee today? Can you take a guarantee today? By the way, Gaurav, can I ask you a counter question, please? 1 second. Can you take a guarantee?
Yeah, please.
Today? Can you? And by the way, Gaurav, nobody's shouting. You're the only one getting worked up. I'm being very calm here right now. Gaurav, will you take a guarantee today that all
replying to your question. Mr. Venkatesh,
Gaurav, keep the focus. Simple question to you is, you talk about convenience and inconvenience. Will you take the guarantee today any private institution, if given the liberty, I'm not talking hospitals alone, if given the liberty to be able to access 500 or 1,000 rupee notes, will be able to ensure a foolproof system where not one 500 rupee note that is black is brought back into the system? Will you take that guarantee?
Yeah, I can give you a very easy measure.
No, you'll give the guarantee. I'm asking, will you give the guarantee?
The cash. I'm telling you the measure.
Will you give the guarantee?
And listen to the solution if you have the patience. I'm giving you the solution. Any person who deposits rupees 500, rupees 1,000 notes in a case of emergency should also give his Aadhaar card or passport so that later he can be tracked down.
Fine.
And if he doesn't have the income to support it, then initiate action as per the Income Tax Act or the anti-corruption laws.
Sure, that's
I'm giving you a solution on your program.
Fine. No. On that I have no dispute. Okay, Gaurav. On that I have no dispute.
Yeah.
But if you know, I have some good solutions here. I have some good solutions here. 1 second, Gaurav.
Other political parties make valuable suggestions which can at least take care of the common man.
Gaurav, listen.
We are not adversaries here.
Gaurav, listen, Gaurav, just wait a while. I'm saying today politicians can play a constructive role. You can play a constructive role. I have before me, for example, I have a press release. I have a letter written to Arun Jaitley by the PhD Chambers of Commerce. I have the signature, Dr. Mahesh Gupta. He writes to the government saying, he gives a specific solution where I'm saying that government, public sector as well as private sector employees should be paid in cash, 500 rupee notes, etc. to 10,000 per employee as a salary advance for the month of November 2016. This amount should be allowed to be withdrawn by the organizations and the bank should facilitate the same. And similarly, he says government servants should be paid advance in cash against salaries for the month of November 2016 against their offices. Now, I think this particular solution, for example, is a good solution, because if any household is short of money, this is a very good way in which you can get over it. My issue is not with good solutions. You're getting me wrong. I want good solutions, but
Arnab,
what I cannot stand. No. One second.
Support you on that, and that's the point.
What I cannot stand is opportunism. What I cannot stand is open hypocrisy. What I cannot stand is talking about a situation of panic and saying that there will be a law and order problem. That is the issue tonight. Now, MR Venkatesh on one side, MR Venkatesh is into the debate, and everyone is free to come in. MR Venkatesh, please. MR on the other side, please. MR Venkatesh and Suneet Chopra on the left hand side, right hand side, please. MR Venkatesh, thank you. Gaurav, let's get others in.
Arnab.
Yeah.
Arnab. Now the core issue that has been raised by the opposition is the one of inconvenience.
Yeah, inconvenience.
For 65 years we have been inconvenienced for every single thing in this country, from ration shop to getting tickets on the train to buses to education to visas. Everything we have stood, and at this time these jokers never came and said, oh, this public is inconvenient.
No personal attacks.
Now the second argument is, no, I
Gaurav, calm down. Gaurav, calm down.
Now,
Mr. Venkatesh used.
Now listen.
No, I'm protesting against the language that
I told him
what
that.
do you mean?
I've checked him on that.
Can't he be kind to the panelists?
But I checked him on that. No, I checked him.
I think Mr. Venkatesh,
MR, I say this. MR, take it back. 1 second. The simple point is, if somebody, if you disagree with someone, no, you can't call the person a joker. No, nobody is a joker, and we can't be disrespectful of others' views. Otherwise, why are we having this debate? No, I'm sorry. Yes, Pavan Verma, I have protested on that. Pavan Verma, I have made my point on that. Gaurav Bhatia heard you. Please, now move on. Yes, I accept your protest. You have a right to protest.
I will complete my point.
Yeah. Come to the substance.
But let me go ahead with my fundamental point. The scheme is not meant for the people who have black money, and they do not come and deposit into the bank. And that is why you don't find the suited and booted outside the bank depositing the money. And the moment you find the suited and the booted outside the bank depositing the money, the scheme is a failure. The scheme's success is because that the suited and the booted cannot come right royally and deposit their money. That is why they are hiding an elementary fact lost on somebody who has graduated from IIT and has served in the income tax department. 3. The fundamental thing about another aspect of the scheme is its secrecy. Mr. Oza says the scheme was carried out in haste, even the party people did not know. On the other hand, you also charge that the party people have been depositing and gaining advantage of the scheme. Either you have to run with the hounds, you have to run with the hares. You cannot be doing both. Now please understand, the scheme is a success because of its secrecy. The scheme is a success because
one thing is certain, that nobody doubts the bona fides of the scheme. Nobody in this country can find fault with such a scheme. But only thing is that you linked it to your nears and dear ones who holds 50% of the black money of
that
this
is a charge unsubstantiated.
Your near and dear 10, 12 industries had a prior knowledge of this scheme much before Prime Minister announced.
No, please prove it. No, 1 minute. I will counter that also. I will counter that also. Assuming for a, I will.
We will just.
Assuming that you approve. Assuming that you approve. No, I will tell you. I grant you, sir. I grant that you approve. Now let me tell you.
No. You're going to prove it. You prove it. Now one second. No. I think he has to prove it. No. He has to prove it. No. You have to prove it. You have to prove it now. You have to prove it now.
We can understand Pavan Verma's argument on inconvenience.
You prove it.
Yeah, you prove it now. Tell us. You are making a serious allegation. Yeah, you prove it.
And dear to BJP government knew about this.
How do you say that? How do you say that? And why don't you go and put an FIR? You're a lawyer. Go and lodge an FIR if that's the case. If you had such personal knowledge about the whole thing,
you file an FIR.
You go and file an FIR. I support you if you have evidence. Don't come on TV and spread rumors.
This is gossip. 2 minutes.
You are undermining a good scheme and a bona fide scheme by gossip and rumors.
I think you should. I think you should.
Not able to prove. I will come and tender a public apology.
Prove it.
And please give us a glimpse of the evidence you claim to have. Please reveal it to the nation today. Come on.
Yeah.
But But give me 2 minutes.
You take 2 minutes.
No, you take 2 minutes, but prove it.
Yeah.
No, one second. I'll give you 3 minutes.
Give me 2
I'll give you
minutes.
3 minutes, but I
My
say
throat
tonight,
is
1 second.
equally bad
1
as
second.
that
No,
of
I have a problem now. 1 second. Listen to me. We're having a substantive debate. Please understand this. I heard Pavan Verma. I heard Gaurav Bhatia. When they have disagreements with my position on it, I respect it. But I only would want to say this tonight, that if you want to put a conjunctive between the events that are happening out there and Yatin Oza on the right, please, because I want to say something to you, Yatin Oza. Yatin Oza, understand this. What I don't like, we are democratic. We want disagreement. Out of the disagreement, there is a churn, and out of the churn, there will be something good for this country. That's great. Without that, I would be surprised. I would be surprised if a person like Pavan Verma or Gaurav Bhatia were to say everything is okay. I don't expect that. But what I have a problem with tonight is leaders who say there will be a law and order situation in India. There will be panic in this country.
You're inciting riots.
No. You're inciting people. You go ahead and you incite people. I say those people, and I've said this on top of Newshour tonight, and I don't care who says what. But if we want to really out there, use the torment or the suffering or the pain or the harassment of people.
Arnab, I haven't said anything wrong to you.
And then say, I'm sorry. 600 billion of our $1.4 trillion economy, that's close to 50%, operates out of black money. Right? And yet eliminating the existing 500 and 1,000 rupee notes as legal tender makes you cringe when a significant amount of it could be black money. Are you trying to compromise national interests for political gain by spreading panic? And then you say some people knew about it. I'll prove it. I say tonight, Yatin Oza, to you tonight, it is as of now 9:46 p.m. I say to you, prove it. Prove it. Prove it here on the program, sir. Prove it here on the program. You are a lawyer, you know the substance of the charge. You can't just say things.
Let me now.
You can't prove it now, sir, right here, right now. I think you should prove it. Prove it right here. Sir, prove it.
Give me 2 minutes
time. Sir, prove it.
Give me
3 minutes, but prove
time.
it. 3 minutes,
Give me 2 minutes time.
Prove it.
Check CCTV cameras of all jewelers in Ahmedabad and the gold purchased on 7th and 8th by chosen few before announcement of demonetization, and you will get a very...
Is that proving?
Have you seen the CCTV cameras yourself? One sec.
Yeah, sure.
Have you seen the CCTV cameras yourself? Have you?
What deposits have been... What deposits
1 minute, Yatin. Have you seen those CCTV camera footages yourself? Or are you just speculating and guessing? On what basis are you making this allegation?
Specific. Let's go specific.
Director have ever faced this difficulty? Have they stood in the queue? Have they deposited 1 rupee?
I think
let us get into the CCTV cameras.
Yeah, come on, prove it.
Passionately about, please.
Nalin Kohli is back on the debate. Nalin Kohli.
CCTV cameras that you've seen to make this public allegation irresponsibly.
Nalin Kohli is on the debate. Pavan Verma, you can come back 1 minute. 1 minute. And by the way, Suneet Chopra, feel free to come in at any point of time. Nalin Kohli is on the debate. I still say. I say prove it. Nalin Kohli is back on the debate. The debate takes a controversial turn, please. I want it to be proven tonight. I want it to be proven tonight. I don't want
it is openly.
Okay, Suneet Chopra and Nalin Kohli, please. Suneet Chopra first. Suneet Chopra first. So first Suneet Chopra, then Nalin Kohli. Suneet Chopra first.
Ji, I have 3 questions very clearly. The first is that yes, everybody is against black money. But the majority of the black money is in accounts outside the country. When the Panama Papers came, what did you do about it? There are well-known capitalists who left the country with about 6 to 10,000 crores owed to the government. What were you able to do about it? What did you do about those people who actually ran sports scams here and then had to run away from the country? Mrs. Sushma Swaraj actually gave a paper to allow one of them to go. So my point is, you are thinking of the problems of the rich. What do you say to the man who got money from the state?
Sir, you are, sir, listen, sir, listen, 1 second, one question to you, one question to you, sir, one question to you, sir. By the way, let it be served as a reminder to you, fresh in your mind tonight, that none of those scams, including Lalit Gate, were broken by the CPM, but here on this channel and on this show. But let me ask you, Suneet Chopra, today, please tell me, how many years was the left in power in West Bengal? How many years? You're from the CPIM. How many years was the CPIM in power in West Bengal? Tell me.
35 years.
Okay, fine. Now tell me. Second question. I haven't finished. No, the first question leads to a second. First question leads to a second. Are you aware?
Please do.
Are you aware
absolutely
that 50% of the fake currency coming into this country comes from the Indo-Bangladesh border, especially the Malda belt? And in those 35 years that you were in power, please tell the people of this country, what did you do to stop the menace? Why were you helpless? If you wanted to fight against black money and fake currency, what did you do? What was your vested interest? Why did you not act?
I know where the drugs come from. How much of the drugs come in from Punjab?
Answer my question, sir. Answer my question. 172-kilometer Malda border with Bangladesh. Why did you do nothing when fake notes entered the Indian economy?
Kills people in the process.
Sir, sir, because you are picking holes, I'm asking you. Why couldn't you stop the fake currency racket in Malda?
You take up West Bengal, I'll take up Punjab.
Why didn't you?
One more question to Mr. Chopra, since he represents the CPIM.
Yeah, go.
Please, Mr. Yechuri says that terrorists are not funded in cash. Can you tell us what your party and your leader, how are terrorists funded if not in cash? Please tell us. Mr. Yechuri has made a categorical statement that terrorists are not funded in cash.
How does he know?
How does he know?
How does he know?
How are they funded? Please tell us. Enlighten us.
They are funded through Hawala, not in cash. And I can tell you that by stopping the food of the poor, stopping the food of auto workers, stopping the food of ordinary workers.
Don't shoot up the shoulder.
You mean these terrorists have bank accounts? Are you telling us that terrorists have bank accounts and then RTGS through Hawala?
You did it on the 6th so that the poor people get the worst of it. You are anti-poor, anti-people and anti-national.
And what were you doing when you were in power with the Congress party between 2004 to 2009 when all this money was sent abroad? What were you doing?
Oh my God, that's what just alive.
Suneet Chopra, no answer from you, sir. Nalin Kohli was responding. Yatin Oza and Pavan Verma wanting to come back to the debate. I would like to get Nalin Kohli first back to the debate. 1 second. Nalin Kohli is back to the debate. Debate is open again. Suneet Verma, I gave you a chance. You were not responding, and I'm moving to Nalin Kohli and Yatin Oza, please. Yatin Oza, please. Yatin Oza and then Nalin Kohli, please, on the debate. I'm extending the debate by 3 or 4 minutes, please. I just want to know why every member of the political opposition spending every minute of its time criticizing the government has actually written to the finance minister with ways to bridge the short-term gaps. Where are your constructive suggestions? You're giving bite after bite. Why don't you come forth with a list of possible solutions which do not detract from the crusade after black money and solutions which will help interim inconvenience to the honest taxpayer? You won't do that. Why won't you do that? The debate is on tonight. I'm extending this by 10 more minutes, please. Nalin Kohli. Nalin Kohli and Pavan Verma. Back to the debate. 10 more minutes on the debate. Suneet Chopra, I heard you. Suneet Chopra, 1 minute. Suneet Chopra, 1 minute. 1 minute. Nalin Kohli, Suneet Chopra on the right, please. 1 second. Nalin Kohli.
So, Mr. Goswami, the first point, there were multiple points that came up in the debate. One came up about the 2,000 rupee note. 85% of the money in circulation is a 500 and a 1,000 rupee note. So only 15% of the notes are 100 rupee notes. Today, in effect, 8 out of 10 notes are being removed from the circulation. The 2,000 rupee note means that you are increasing circulation. If you only print 100 rupee notes in this period to kill the black money, or to at least make an assault on it, it's going to take months, possibly a year, to come to that situation, which means further inconvenience. The argument that this is going to lead to accumulation of black money is based on the premise that the note is not going to circulate, and the guys who are going in with sacks into, presumably, with sacks into the bank are going to get sacks of 2,000 rupee notes back. I think that's not a correct argument. Second, Gaurav says that, allow anybody with 500
Gaurav,
change it. What else is the Prime Minister and the Finance Ministry asked? You go in with 4,000 rupees, fill the form. Even I've got that done. Form. Now, unfortunately,
Arnab, can I now counter that, please? I wish to counter Mr. Nalin Kohli.
We are not going to the bank to draw money immediately because it adds to the queue. So we are basically saying that, look, those who can postpone it, don't spread panic. But political parties are hell-bent on spreading panic. I don't know why. Do they have a vested
Now listen to me also, Nalin bhai.
Then the next point is
I heard you now. Listen to our point.
He makes a
and I'm sure you will get some good suggestions from us.
1 minute, Gaurav bhai, I haven't finished. So Mr. Oza
I think you've taken quite a bit of time, Nalin bhai.
Then says go and see the CCTV camera. We are not the people who are investigative agencies who see the page. And then he calls his whole speech as evidence. So now here we have a new standard of evidence.
Okay,
make an acquisition, make a second
Okay. Nalin, close your point. Nalin, close your point because I want to go to Pavan Verma and also to Gaurav Bhatia. No, you're making a speech now. No, you are making a speech now. Stop the speech, Nalin Kohli. Stop the speech, Nalin Kohli. Nalin Kohli, you must also. Nalin Kohli, equally I can ask you tonight. Nalin Kohli, equally I can ask you tonight. Equally I can ask you tonight. Why has it taken so long to print the 2,000 rupee notes which should have replaced 500 and 1,000 rupee notes? Why were not enough steps taken to ensure that the 100 rupee notes remain with banks, not only to replenish the ATMs but also replace the 500 and 1,000 rupee notes? Why were only government hospitals and other government establishments asked to collect old notes of 500 rupees and 1,000 rupees, anticipating that there could be a situation of chaos? My question to you, Nalin Kohli, understand where I'm coming from. I'm saying there is inconvenience.
Arnab,
but I'm saying another thing tonight. I'm saying there is inconvenience. But I'm saying to you tonight that if I were to give this people of this country and viewers, let us think about it. And Gaurav, just give me a minute.
Arnab,
Gaurav, just a minute. Gaurav, I'm completing my point, then I'm handing over to you and Pavan Verma. Just give me a minute. I'm saying there is inconvenience, okay? On one side, there is inconvenience. And on the other side, there is the larger picture. And there is also the issue of national interest. So this issue must be settled in this debate. You know, today, elimination of counterfeit notes will make a big dent in the black money economy. It is good for India. We are as strong as the Republic.
And terror.
And none of us is greater than the Republic. Right?
Applied uniformly.
70 crores of fake currency added into India every year. So 1 minute. You know, 1/3 is seized by investigating agencies. We want every rupee to be in. That is good for the country. The fake money economy is bad for the country. Viewers, I'm asking you, I know your inconvenience, but I began by saying there are vested interests that are preying on your inconvenience. PREYING. They are using your inconvenience, they're provoking you, they're inciting you, and people like Arvind Kejriwal are using you to say there'll be a law and order problem. We want a law and order problem in this country. And if that is the case, what will be the message we send outside this country? That this country, there was an attempt to clean up the black money, the cash economy, and restore a sense of credibility in our economic system. And some politicians ended up saying that there will be a law and order problem. Arvind Kejriwal, do you even know what you're talking about? Do you think people will forget Arvind Kejriwal? That you, Mr. Kejriwal, came to power promising to clean up the black money issue. Pavan Verma is on the debate. Pavan Verma before Gaurav Bhatia. Pavan Verma, I want you to come in on that picture, please. Pavan Verma, please. Pavan Verma. Yeah.
Arnab, I really, with folded hands, tell you that please reduce your interventions so that your panelists speak, you know.
Sir.
Now, very short point. We believe in the larger public good. We have supported the government in its resolve to fight black money. But we believe, and we will continue to say, that the government could have prepared for this act better.
Agreed.
This is not about spreading panic. We don't want a law and order situation.
Yes, sir.
You yourself mentioned several measures, as did Gaurav, which the government could have considered. I believe the government underestimated the level of economic dislocation that would follow, hitting particularly the poor and the vulnerable and the farmers and the marginalized. Now it's time for the government in pursuing a larger cause to get down to the table and devise, if necessary, emergency measures on a much wider scale to alleviate the suffering. Now, this is not criticism. I am not anti-national. I am not spreading panic. It's a constructive suggestion to my good friend Nalin Kohli, who has the easiest time on your panel because he doesn't have to speak since all of you speak for him.
Now that the point. Make it brief. R Venkatesh is responding to you. No, that's all right, sir. Listen. No. I'll tell you one thing. No, one second. Pavan Verma, listen. I completely disagree with you, but I don't make any personal remark. I disagree, but your point is valid. But on this, I don't disagree with you. In fact, I would say that politicians like you, BJP, everyone who is not creating panic, and mind you, I didn't say you're creating panic. My problem is with the AAP kind of comments. If people like you come together, we bring a sense of balance and understanding and say that in the larger picture, how can we work together? That's all I'm saying. Now, MR Venkatesh is responding to you. MR, keep it brief, nothing personal. Yes, please. MR to Pavan Verma, take the debate forward.
Arnab, the Prime Minister himself considered on the day on which he announced the scheme that there will be some inconveniences, and the inconveniences probably has been underestimated. But that is a part of the scheme. Again, I repeat, if the notes were printed in large sums as what it is being suggested by people, or the window has been kept open, or the amounts of money to be collected from the banks or exchanged were increased, I think the scheme would have failed. People would have got to the banks using their drivers, using their domestic helps to exchange 10,000, 20,000. Now the average income of an Indian is ₹1,20,000 a year. That is 10,000 rupees a month. The government has given 4,000 rupees to exchange. What more does you are getting 40% of your money that you earn per month exchanged on day one.
Okay, brief. That doesn't. No. One second. Listen. MR, can I say this? MR, listen. MR, let me say this. MR, to you also I will say one thing. Please understand. This is not an overnight decision, okay? So the questions that we are asking, one is compelled to ask. I understand the need for secrecy. Everybody appreciates it. We appreciate the need for secrecy, but what could you have preempted? Now, anyway, there is a larger picture. There's much to achieve, and I think it would be in the interest of the ruling party to extend a hand to people like Pavan Verma and reasonable opposition leaders who are not spreading panic to say, since we have a larger agenda for this country, how do we achieve it together? Together. Gaurav is also responding.
Gaurav Bhatia's suggestion is excellent.
Yeah. Gaurav.
Now can I respond?
Gaurav Bhatia. Gaurav. Mahesh on the left.
Yeah. Arnab, first of all, I would like to say that the need to maintain secrecy was before the decision was announced.
Yeah.
After you have announced the decision, there is no need to view the other political parties as enemies, not to welcome suggestions from them that can ease the inconvenience of the common man, and we have made some valuable suggestions. This government should respond to it. Second, if the government failed to implement the policy effectively, that does not mean they start attacking all political parties and they start saying that, oh, they are corrupt. I think that is very foolhardy, because the BJP should remember when it came
nobody's
to the GST,
painting everybody with the same brush. There's some.
Just be quiet for some time.
No, 1 minute, Gaurav, but you're going on saying that everybody
Let me make my point. Let me make my point first.
Calm down.
You made your point.
Calm down. Let Okay, calm down.
You don't have to get so agitated.
Calm down. Both of you calm down.
I make my point.
You made your point, but nobody's painting you. You're creating a false argument.
Okay. Calm down.
Yeah. I want to remind the BJP of the GST. All parties rose to the occasion, supported the GST. So all parties think in national interest. Please don't politicize the issue.
I agree.
And the manner in which today Mr. Narendra Modi in Ghazipur politicized this issue, as well as the surgical strike, is definitely not befitting of a Prime Minister speaking. And that is my point. We are here to help you. We extend our hand. Please accept it.
Sir,
we are the ones who are helping you in states to implement the policy.
Okay, now I'm closing this part of the debate because I've got to go to debate number 2. The 2 points that have come to my mind, 1 second as I can just summarize this. There is a general agreement among all our panelists tonight, including Pavanji, including Gaurav, that the larger agenda to be achieved is a great agenda. there is a disagreement on the implementation and the details. But I hope I have agreement. Would it be fair to say, Pavan Verma, Gaurav Bhatia, even you, Yatin Oza, that all of you agree that there must be no attempt to spread panic?
Right.
Is that all right? Would you agree with me on that much at least? That we now need to work together to implement
Arnab, we agree on that.
That's what I'm saying. We've had a good debate.
Nobody creates panic.
Thank you.
Nobody creates panic.
Please.
It's Arnab, your figment of imagination that we are creating panic.
And since the government has made it clear today, even more clear, there will be no rollback. Let's work together.
Highlighting the genuine difficulties.
I will trust all politicians who are well-meaning, but I will not trust politicians who made black money a reason to enter politics and now threaten a law and order situation over it.
That in the beginning you said there are 3:4, but we realized that there is 4:4 because you were also favoring the BJP.
I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. Gaurav Bhatia, listen to me. Gaurav Bhatia,
Shooting the messenger.
Bhai, listen to me. Listen. My position has been clear on demonetization day one. You are the guys who did a rethink. On day one, you also on day one you came out and said fantastic move, great move. Maybe for your own reasons later you realize that if the black money goes away, it will cause you an inconvenience. Gaurav Bhatia, you answer tonight. Forget about the people. Tell me, is the Samajwadi Party inconvenienced? Gaurav Bhatia must answer this tonight. Gaurav Bhatia must tell us whether the Samajwadi Party is inconvenienced because of this. Gaurav Bhatia, is your election campaign inconvenienced because of it? Gaurav Bhatia, are your sources of funds inconvenienced because of this? You answer that question tonight. You answer that question tonight.
Under which Samajwadi Party? Akhilesh Samajwadi Party, or are you talking about Mulayam Samajwadi?
Is the Samajwadi Party inconvenienced because of this tonight? You answer that question. Are you inconvenienced because of this tonight?
Yes.
You are? Okay, then that's okay. You are.
Let me answer that.
I think that's...
I'll close this.
Akhilesh Yadav only.
Okay.
Today.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, he said when people are inconvenienced, even the Samajwadi Party.
Arey, please now, come on. Don't get philosophical. It's not poetry. Question remains. Okay, gentlemen, we had a great debate number one. I'll see you on the other side on debate number two. The Newshour continues tonight. See you on the other side. See you.